Hey everyone, welcome back to CarsWithBen, and today we are playing some Mad Max, and I am going to go over this in 3 or 4 different steps about why our my opinions of why I think this game is a very underrated car game, why you should be playing it, and sort of just what's involved in the game, and a game that should be considered even at this stage of PS4. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Give it a like and subscribe if you do. So let's get on with it. So today I was playing Mad Max, as you can see, and I was playing this the other day and was kind of thinking I'd quite like to make a video on this because there's a lot of this game which is just, I think, very underrated. No one ever really plays this game. Don't really hear about anyone talking about it. And there's an element which relates to my channel, which is of course cars. So why am I doing this? So yeah, of course, it's a fighting game. There's a lot of elements of the fighting world, and I think that's great. It's just an open world fighting / car game. And I really enjoyed this in terms of, I've had this for a few years, and then I felt, you know what, it's a game that I've not played much, let's pick it up and give it a go. And the fighting is more than enough, I think, especially for a vehicle and for car, a vehicle game that's predominantly for cars. It's definitely had a lot of thought put into it. And I really love, obviously, why we're all here, why I love the vehicles. So let's jump straight into it. So as you can see, there's a lot of survival elements. Currently, I am refueling my car, and that is so important to survival. You can't really find it anywhere else. You have to drive around such a barren-esque map to be able to get parts and collecting loot. There's so many different elements of the game which go towards your garage, your upgrades as a character, and as you'll see in a minute, I pick up some relics and different things, just loot and things that you can go around and explore, which would take hours if anyone really loves that kind of gameplay of open world fighting, crazy vehicles. I'm sure if you've watched the movie you'll know what I mean. There is so much to do, then you will love Mad Max on PS4, and I've already done that up within 2.5 minutes. But there's more to go. So I want to show you sort of the world, the cars, and the upgrades really. So let's move on to number 2 of sort of what the game's about. Of course, you're in a barren land. You are in Australia after sort of a fuel crisis, I believe, and things just kind of escalate pretty much. And this game just really has so much open worldness. There's not a lot in the game, but there's a lot of exploration in terms of small areas like this. It's not, in comparison to a GTA game, it's very different, but it's still that same open world exploration, which is exciting. So as you can see, this is my vehicle. It's based off a real car, and I forget because that's what this channel's about, but I completely forget what this car is. And it's an Arc under the version of Archangel, which we'll go into in a bit. So this gives me a person to use, of an assistant who shoots guns, makes fire blow out the car, and this is my sort of customised car specifically to me. This is a very personal element to the game, which I really enjoy, and the speed, the performance of the vehicle. And this is what I use, but most of the time you can swap around, of course, pick up any vehicle really. And that's why, really, this is why I'm talking about the game itself, why I want to bring it to the channel, because Mad Max is a car game in essence. As you can see, spikes literally everywhere. I've got the fuel with me, I've got bars, exoskeletons and exhaust. It's just a really crazy customizable game, and that's something that I love to pick up on a game. Like, this is something that I love to bring to my channel. Now, the game has been out bloody ages, to be honest, but that's not an issue because, like I said, I think it's a very underrated game, and I really want to allow people to see the game for what it is. I think that when I did my Drive Club video, that was really popular. Even though Drive Club was a very popular game, I think this could hopefully be the same, and it just reaches out to people and people ask questions and that sort of thing. So that's what I want to get from this, but also to display the game for what it is. So let's just jump into the next element, which are more into the vehicle section. Tunability, obviously, looking at this, I have a enemy vehicle, and now what I'm going to do is return it to the stronghold because there's more collection to my vehicles at the garage, sorry. And as you can see, it's got like 6 exhaust spikes, wheels, spikes, and it's just a very strange American shape. And I think you'll agree that there's no crazier design in Mad Max cars. And for a game, I think they've done an excellent job. And there's some enemies in the background. Obviously, don't want to attack them right now. But for a game, they've done a really fantastic job of being able to build a world off a movie. And usually, I don't really feel like movie games do cut it. But what they've done here with this team is just, again, so old now, but still, there's a lot to do in this game. You can do, obviously, there's the main missions. But there's where I am now in a garage. You can customize vehicles. You can upgrade your garage. You can, as you can see, Archangels and then a normal vehicle collection. So normal vehicles, you don't have your assistant, but because the game is quite difficult, sort of moving on to next tip 3 or category 3 of this video, the game is difficult. So you obviously want to make sure really prepared because you want to have all the backup, the resources. As you can see here, just quickly, the map size is huge, and another reason why I really wanted to play it is that I am able to sort of just explore more and do all the things because I still have not completed this game, and I might actually restart again. So here you can see that you've got to upgrade your character, and there's so many skill sets: shotguns, face masks, punching, jacket armor, ammo, all that, parry ability. So obviously there's a lot of leveling up, and if you do like that sort of thing, this will be a great game for you. And one thing that does lack is obviously the scenery, really, I suppose. And I know that's ridiculous to say, but there's just it is a very similar game throughout. But with the missions, I feel like it does make up for it because it's following that story, to be fair. So I can't knock it for that, but I understand why. It's not going to be your only vehicle car game / open world game, but as you can see here, I'm going to attack some random enemies, so I think that element of it is great. Just being able to collect loot when you need it, and little things like they just jump on your vehicle, you have to try and get them off, just crashing into things. It's a fantastic, a lot of fun, and there's such an element of, obviously I want to try and stick on the cars, but there's a lot of fun, driving a Ford Mustang around in a sort of barren desert with spikes coming out of it. That's pretty much what this is about. A lot of fun. Just being mindful that this game is difficult, but yeah, I definitely would really recommend this game for anyone who wants that fighting / car esque. It's more, to be honest, it's more for an action game. I don't think car enthusiasts are going to play this game, but it is definitely worth noting as a game that should be played. Similar to, like I said, Onrush, I did a video on that, and it's another game where I felt like it was really fun to play, and a very underrated game at that. So as you can see here, I'm sort of flying about just trying to destroy the enemies, and another thing as well, repairing vehicles. That is a really key part. Your assistant repairs the vehicle if you're ever off it or doing something, and they do lose strength quickly. Or collecting loot from other vehicles. Sometimes that's difficult to do if it blows up, so sometimes you don't want to fully destroy it. So having a strategy in place is 100% worth it as well. That's another thing to think about with the game. And I just really enjoy this game. It allows me to, just as you can see here, destroying a tyre. Just the mindless fun of that is 100% worth buying for that. And obviously, of course, if I destroy this vehicle now, I'll get loot from it. So it's just something that it can be either really hard or really difficult depending on which style of gameplay you go for. If you're going through the missions, it's going to be hard. You don't want to rush through it, so you've got to take that time to level up. So really sort of drawing this video to a conclusion, I really recommend getting Mad Max. I think it's an excellent game. It's a lot of fun in terms of kicking enemies' ass and driving different vehicles that can be from Ford Mustangs to sort of Rolls Royces with crazy tyre design and majorly just weird designs, and also personal. There's no online, I don't think, with this game. So, well, from what I can remember. So that I don't get it for that reason. Get it for the story. Get it for fun. Like I said, less than £10. So I would recommend. So in terms of a Cars with Ben review, I would recommend picking this game up because it's so cheap and so fun. And just reminding everyone that it's just a very underrated game. So there you have it. I hope you enjoyed this video today. If you did, consider leaving a like and subscribe if you want to see more car content, which I am trying to upload daily at the moment. And I will link to my last video, which is my GTA Online garage. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this Mad Max video, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.